Good afternoon. We're here with Dustin Lynch, rising new country star, who's shooting up the charts with a bullet and shooting through the stars. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I want you to tell me a little bit about this meteoric rise you do have going on.
Yeah, well, I learned, first thing I learned when I got to Nashville is it all begins with a song, and that could be more true with, Cowboys and Angels has changed my life. One song has taken us almost to the top 10 already, and it's still rising fast. So, with this first album under our belt, it's been truly a great, like you said, ride to up to the top, and it's sweet.
On the album, you wrote, 10 of the 13 songs, I believe it is.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, I moved to town and wanted to be a songwriter. I started writing back when I was about 15, and just fell in love with writing songs. And so I moved to town in Nashville when I was 18 years old, and just continued to go to songwriting rounds and learn how to write better songs. And so I've written hundreds of songs for this album, almost 300 for this first album. And on top of that, listened to hundreds more from other writers and publishers, and we narrowed it down to 13 some kind of way.
When you first moved to town, did you do the songwriters rounds?
Oh yeah. I moved actually. I didn't know a person when I got to town when I was 18, and so I actually moved in behind the Bluebird Cafe, and would go over there all the time and learn from guys that I now get to make music with. But I was idolizing those guys and learning how these hits came about, and then going home and trying to practice what I was preset night. But from that I learned how to write some better songs and landed some open mic stuff, and then some scheduled writers rounds and whatnot in Nashville, and then that obviously led into a pub deal. But I was also gigging on Broadway and Montgomery Street, and cut my teeth on keeping a crowd on the bar all night.
There you go. When writing a song, do you actually prefer co-writing, or do you like single writing?
I love to co-write. I always stockpile ideas nonstop. Now I get to travel, they're coming at me pretty quick. But I love to co-write. We got the best songwriters in the world in Nashville, and some of these guys are my friends now, and it's just fun to go into a room with you and a couple buddies and a couple guitars and air out of nowhere. A few hours later we'll end up with a song that could possibly change our lives. It's pretty neat.
Now, we talked a little bit about the meteoric rise. A lot of people think that's overnight sensation, but you cut your teeth in the Nashville songwriting side.
Well, it's taken me 9 years to get this point, so I literally am a 9-year overnight success. Everybody thinks I'm this new guy that just popped up. No, it's been a long process. It's been fun though. I learned a lot. I had to get a lot better. I thought I was good enough when I moved to town, and there's thousands and thousands of people trying to do this, and it just takes a lot of work, and it's a lot of fun though, learning. I'm still getting better. As a performer, singer, songwriter, every day I'm continuing to get better each day, and that's a fun process.
Big question: if you had to choose, and I know you don't, but if you had to choose between songwriting or being an artist, which would it be?
Oh, that's tough, but definitely performing. There's a high you get, when you're on stage, and it's something that is in my blood. Once you taste it once, I first got on stage fronting a band when I was 15. I knew after that first show that was my calling, and Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson are my heroes, and I always want to be like those guys. They're great songwriters, but they're great performers too. And if I had to give one up, it would have to be songwriting. I hope to God that never has to happen. I don't think it will, but yeah, if I did have to choose one, it'd be perform.
Do you like being on the road?
Yes, I love it. This is a lifestyle that I've dreamed of, and it's a lifestyle that not many people get to live, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think that I live out of a suitcase, but that's all I need. If I've got my boots, hat, and guitar, and sack of clothes, man, I'm good to go for months on end on the road.
When you are on the road, what are some of the favorite things you like to do? Like, do you hit the museums? Do you hit the restaurants? What do you do?
Usually we don't have any time to do anything, but if we do get some time, I love to go to local places. There's so much country out there, and so many cool places to go see that I'm getting the opportunity that a lot of people don't get. So I like to go into all the local hangs, whether it be a restaurant, a bar, a park or whatever. But it's always a new place each day. It's crazy, and for me, I like to get out and walk around and maybe exercise, jog or something, and just soak in the city. And it's very inspiring. And as a songwriter, every place I go is inspiring, and I'm just collecting nuggets, hopefully, for this second album that'll come back out.
Now that you're finding the success as an artist, are you also finding your personal life a little bit more restricted in your ability to go out to restaurants and hang out? And things like that?
It didn't hit until CMT GAC started spinning the video, and instantly my face was recognized, in public places, and I can hide under a ball cap pretty easily, but there are, I do have to watch where I'm at, and because I look up at Denny's at 3 a.m. and we're sitting there, me and the boys in the band are trying to eat a pancake, and I look up and people have got their cameras out taking pictures of us. It's crazy. It's fun though. I mean, I appreciate. It's flattering. It's humbling too. I appreciate everybody that that takes the time to take a picture with us, and I try to introduce myself to everybody.
And I'm guessing you're not going to be unhappy if it just keeps happening more and more.
Oh yeah, not at all. No, it'll keep me kind of on a straighter road. I can't get in any trouble, and people don't know about it.
If you had the opportunity for a perfect duet partner, either alive or dead, who would it be?
Reba McEntire would be my duet partner.
Really?
For sure, yeah. I've had a crush on Reba my whole life. And, I think she's one of the greatest vocalists of all time, and she's just got her own thing. She's the queen. So Reba would be female duet partner. So
back to Cowboys and Angels. It's risen up the charts. It's, I believe, number 11 on Billboard currently. Yep. And is it 4 million YouTube or Vivo hits or something?
Yeah, we're over 4 million hits.
That's unbelievable.
It really is. It shows that. I think it really does show the power of the song. It's a song that I wrote it 2.5 years ago, and I've written hundreds of songs since. But I've always known it's going to be kind of the foundation for this first album. I didn't know it'd be the first single, but it's a relatable kind of universal love story. And I think people were picking up on that. And what's so cool is and humbling for me, and most rewarding as a songwriter is hearing the stories on how the folks are relating to it, making it their own song, part of their lives. That's so very cool, and that's why I like to write songs.
Well, speaking of Cowboys and Angels, we're going to lead into it right here. Your publicist is kind enough to provide us with the video.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Cowboys and Angels with Dustin Lynch.
There's a want and there's a need. There's a history between girls like her and guys like me. Cowboys and angels. I've got boots and she's got wings. I'm hell on wheels and she's heavenly. I'd die for her and she lives for me. Cowboys and angels. We ride side by side, a cloud of dust, a ray of light. My touch is her temptation, her kiss is my salvation. She's sweet, I'm wild, we're dangerous. Cowboys and angels. Not sure why her path crossed mine, accident or grand design. Oh, maybe God just kinda likes cowboys and angels. We ride side by side, a cloud of dust, a ray of light. My touch is her temptation, her kiss is my salvation. She's sweet, I'm wild, we're dangerous. cowboys and angels. There's a want and there's a need. There's a history between girls like you and guys like me. Cowboys and angels. Cowboys and angels.